Brahmasutra has got 4 chapters, and each chapters have got 4 padas or 4 sections. We have seen the content of first 3 chapters along with the contents in the padas. Now the 4th chapter called Phaladhyaya. Phaladhyaya, the chapter of Phala, the result of both Saguna Upasana and Nirguna Brahma Vidya. The result of both Saguna Brahma Upasana, Saguna Vidya it is called, and Nirguna Brahma Vidya. The first pada describes Brahma Sakshatkara, the direct cognition of Brahma, and the state of Jivan Mukti. See, Jivan Mukti is mentioned there in Bhashya. It is not something imagined by Vidyaranya Muni, sir. Jivan Mukti, by the means of repeated Shravana, that is self-inquiry, Manana, reflection, and Nididhyasana, contemplation. The first pada also describes the result of Saguna Brahma Upasana. Also the results of Saguna Brahma Upasana are described there. The second pada discusses the mode of departure of the pranas of the jiva who is on the verge of death. Means how the pranas depart. See, afterwards the jiva gets guided by what are called as the adhishtan devatas, the carriers as it were. The roots are there, and these roots are manned by different deities, and at many times there is what is called as transshipment. When they send the goods by lorry, you suppose you have sent to Jammu, your lorry straight away will not go to Jammu, it will go to Delhi and then they will transship. Like this transshipment of the jivas also are there. Interesting thing it is. So it is there in the second pada of the fourth chapter. The third pada recommends the Uttarayana Marga, the northern path for the person who is a Saguna Brahma Upasaka. One who has taken to Saguna Brahma Upasana, the mode of living the embodiment is very important to gain the promised result. He has to follow the path of Uttarayana Marga. The fourth pada speaks of Videha Kaivalya, liberation after death, in the case of the person who is Nirguna Brahmavit. Nirguna Brahmavit means one who has got the knowledge of Nirguna Brahma. And for the person who has taken to Saguna Brahma Upasana, he gains the accomplishment of Brahmaloka. No, the one who has got the Aparoksha Jnana of Nirguna Brahma gains the Videya Mukti, whereas the Saguna Brahma Upasaka gains the Brahma Loka. Depending on the type of the Upasana, he may get Krama Mukti, but there is no guarantee. It depends on the specific type of Upasana one has taken to. So he may get Krama Mukti. But the other aspect we have to see was Sangati in the context of Vaiyasika Nyayamala. One of the aspect of the Adhikarana, the topic is Sangati. We have seen Sangati means relevancy, pertinency or connection. Connection is a better, we are familiar with this word, connection. So now the Sangati, relevancy or the connection of the sutras, not simply sutras, Upanishadic statements, Adhyayas, Brahma Vichara Shastra, Brahmasutra Shastra, Adhyayas, Padas, Adhikaranas, like many types of connections, how they are connected together. So that has to be seen. So now we already know the subject matter in the Brahmasutra, chapter wise and pada wise. Now let us see something about this Sangati, relevancy between the connection between Upanishadic statements, Upanishadic Vakyas, Brahma Vidya Shastra here is Brahmasutra, Shastra, Adhyaya, Pada, Adhikarana, and many other, Sutra to Sutra, Pada to Pada, Adhyaya to Adhyaya, like that many other, these are there. The prominent of them are three. Shastra Sangati, the connection or relevancy of Vedanta Vakya or relevancy between Vedanta Vakya chapter etc. with the Shastra. What is the Shastra here is Brahmasutra. What is the subject matter of Brahmasutra? It conducts the Brahma Vichara, inquiry into the nature of Brahma. So therefore Shastra Sangati is the connection with the entire Brahmasutra text which conducts the Brahma Vichara. Second is Adhyaya Sangati, the connection of the Adhyaya with the Shastra, with the, what is that, Upanishadic Vakya, the Padas, the topics, Adhikarana, like this. That is the Shastra Adhyaya Sangati. Third is Pada Sangati, connection of the specific Pada with the Shastra, with the chapter, with the Upanishadic Vakya, with the Adhikarana, like this. That is Pada Sangati. These are the main three connections, the main three sangatis. There can be any number of secondary connections, secondary sangatis. So they can be akshepa sangati. Akshepa sangati means connection of objection. Connection of objection. Drishtanta sangati. Connection of illustration. Drishtanta sangati, connection of illustration. Then pratyudaharana sangati. Pratyudaharana sangati is connection of counter illustration. An illustration given in return, or it can be connection of counter argument. Then there can be also prasangika sangati. Prasangika sangati, an incidental connection. Incidental connection. Then connection between each sutras with the previous sutra, each adhikarana with the previous adhikarana, adhyaya, pada, like that many connections can be had. We'll see one example of this sangati. There is what is called, take for instance what is called as Ikshatyadhikarana. Ikshati adhikarana, topic of Ikshati. It corresponds to first chapter, first padas, sutras 5 to 11. You already seen, these sutras are segregated. They are grouped together according to the topics. So this is one Ikshati adhikarana corresponding to sutras 5 to 11 from the first chapter, first pada. Now we will see the different type of the connection. In this topic, the Upanishadic Vakya is Tadaikshata. This is the Upanishadic Vakya from Chandogya 6 to 3. Tad Aikshata. What is that tad? Sat Brahma. Sat Brahma. Aikshata. Aikshata means considered thought. Considered thought. The context is creation. So Tadaikshata Bahusyam Prajaye iti, like that. So that means let me be many, let me create. So who considered Tat? And that Tat is Sat. This is the Upanishadic statement. Now the job of Brahmasutra starts. This is that Tat. Does it refer to Brahma or Pradhan of Sankhya? Because it is not mentioned there. It has to be ascertained by who? Brahmasutra. So therefore, that actually Tadaikshata means Brahma saw, Brahma considered, Brahma thought. Brahma saw, Brahma considered, Brahma thought. That is there. So that is there. But we know that it is already ascertained as Brahma. But a person who reads the Chandogya Vishwad, he may have doubt, is it this Pradhan of Sankhya or Brahma of Vedanta? So therefore it says, the query that is there, that whether this sentence describes Pradhan of Sankhya or Brahma of this. So therefore this inquiry refers to what? Inquiry about the Brahma. Therefore it is there. What is there? Brahma Vichara is there. Brahma Vichara is the subject matter of Brahmasutra. Shastra Sangati is there or not? So therefore it is relevant to the Shastra. Is relevant to Shastra. Which Shastra? Brahmasutra, because Brahma Vichara is there. This is the what is called as Shastra Sangati, just sample essay. Finally, after ascertainment, it is ascertained that what is referred as Tat is Brahma. So therefore, final Tatparya Nirnaya is what? It is Brahma. So therefore, it is connected to the first chapter, which is Samanvaya Adhyaya. So therefore, Adhyaya Sangati is there or not? Adhyaya Sangati is there. It is connected to the first chapter, which is Samanvaya Adhyaya. What is Samanvaya Adhyaya? The Tatparya Nirnaya of this Vedanta Vakya is in the non-dual Brahma identical with Atma. Fine? Now it says, now let us see the Pada Sangati. What is Pada Sangati? So now, Tadaikshata. There is what is called as Ikshana. You know, what is Ikshana? Seeing, considering, thinking. Who can do this? Can any inert thing can do it?
No.
Only Sachetana can do that. So therefore, Pradhana, which is inert, cannot take to Ikshana. It can't think. See, otherwise all desks and furniture will start thinking. They will be more wiser than you. You know why? So long as this speaker speaks, that once upon a time you may take French leave also, though not allowed. So you may take French leave also. The walls will be all wiser as such. No. The Pradhana cannot think. So therefore, Ikshana can be possible by only that is Sachetana, Chaitanya. Brahma is Chaitanya Swarupa. Therefore, Aikshata, Ikshana word speaks of Spashta Brahma Linga. I hope you remember yesterday we had said Spashta Brahma Linga. Means it is a clear-cut evidence which features what? Brahma. So therefore, it speaks of Spashta Brahma Linga. The Vakya which deals with Spashta Brahma Linga are discussed where? In the first pada of the first chapter. Therefore, what is there is Pada Sangati is there. So this is how is that. We took one Upanishadic quotation, Tadaikshata. How it has got Shastra Sangati, how it has got Adhyaya Sangati, how it has got Pada Sangati, we have seen. So other connections can be seen. Now, understanding of these Sangatis, the connections, that means clarifies the subject matter in understanding in a cohesive manner. You know what is a cohesive manner means? Well-knit manner. Means it is not haphazard. Many times it happens. A speaker starts something somewhere, talks of something and ends with something else. No. Upakrama, upasamhara. So beginning and end, and step by step the subject matter is developed. So therefore here he says it is not that way. There is a coincidence. Actually it is by whom? Vyasa. It must be there. And commented upon by Shankaracharya. We need not bother much about it, but we should certainly know in terms of connection. See, like sutra to sutra, adhikarana adhyayana, Shastra Sangati will be there. Adhyaya Sangati also will be there. But we will be benefited if one sutra or one adhikarana, how is connected to the next sutra, like stanza to stanza, chapter to chapter. So that we will see as and when required. I said, don't scratch too much of head on these things as such. But I have to tell this because this is the way of analyzing the Brahma Sutra. Now the question is, how many sutras are there in Brahma Sutra? How many adhikaranas are there in Brahma Sutra? According to Shankara Bhashya, there are 555 sutras. 555 sutras. And again, 191 adhikaranas. 191 adhikaranas. Now you may ask, why according to Shankaracharya? What about others? Numbers differ. Number of the sutras differ. You may say, how? Sutras must be composed by, Vyasa must be definite. Topics also must be definite. Why do they differ? That depends on the commentator. The person may either split a sutra or club the sutra and have his own number. That is one thing. Again, in Adhikarana's topics, he may go with his own norm of ascertainment. So from that, slight variation is there in the number of sutras and the number of adhikarana. We follow Shankara Bhashya, 555 sutras and 191 adhikaranas are there. Now let us see a little about the importance of Chatussutri. Chatussutri comprises the first 4 sutras along with the commentary on this. Chatussutri has got great importance from the standpoint of establishing the subject matter of Brahmasutra entire text. Now let us see. In Chatussutri, the Sutra Bhashya of the 4th Sutra, first of all, Adhyasa, superimposition, is established as the cause of all our vyavaharas, dealings in the world. Adhyasa means superimposition means it is Brahma, Bhranti, wrong knowledge, Ayathartha Jnana, Viparita Nirnaya. All these are synonyms. Adhyasa, superimposition. Brahma, because Adhyasa word doesn't give that sense. Brahma, Bhranti means we understand better. So Brahma, Bhranti, erroneous knowledge, that is Viparita Nirnaya, Ayathartha Jnana, or wrong knowledge. So this Adhyasa is the cause of all our vyavaharas. All vyavaharas means Laukika worldly dealings, Vaidika Shastriya dealings. They are all because of Adhyasa, means taking Atma other than what it is. This is the first topic that is established in the Sutra Bhashya. Why we will see afterwards when actually dealing with the Bhashya. Then second is, see, who is the qualified person to take to Brahma Vichara. This has been established while discussing the first sutra, Athato Brahma Jidnyasa. While discussing the word Atha means now, who is the eligible person, Adhikari, to take to this inquiry is ascertained. Then the distinction between the Karmakanda portion and the Jnanakanda portion of the Vedas is analyzed in while discussing the Ataha portion of the first Brahma Sutra. Fine. The third is the final of Brahma Jnana is in what is called as Avagati. Avagati means Brahma Sakshatkara. Avagati Paryantam Jnanam means Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana should culminate in the Avagati. Avagati means Brahma Sakshatkara, direct cognition of Brahma, that is ascertained in this Bhashya of this first sutra. At the end of the commentary of the first sutra, it is shown that Brahma is self-existent, independent thing. An independent thing which is self-existent, not dependent on anything whatsoever. In the commentary of the second sutra, Janmadhyasya Yataha, the characteristic features of Brahma or nature of Brahma is ascertained. Again, based on the Shruti, how Brahma is Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana. Abhinna means undifferentiated. Nimitta, that is efficient. Upadana, that is material. Karana, cause for the entire creation is established. Brahma is Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana for Brahma, for the creation, undifferentiated Undifferentiated means what? The same is efficient cause, the same is material cause. In that way, it is established in the. Then also we come across Anubhavasanatvat Bhuta Vastu Vishayatvat Cha Brahma Jnanasya. The Anubhava, the direct experience of Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, is the basic constituent of Jnana, Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana is established because in contrast to Aparoksha Jnana, Paroksha Jnana does not warrant the Anubhava. You know why? In Paroksha Jnana, Vastu is not available for experience. Whereas in Pratyaksha and Aparoksha, what is that? Yathartha Anubhava is indispensable. Otherwise, that knowledge is no more Aparoksha, it is indirect, it is Paroksha. Through the help of third sutra, Shastra Yonitva, that is through the medium of the sutra, it is proved that Brahman is the cause of scriptures like Vedas, and through Vedas, Upanishads only, Brahman can be known. This is based on third sutra, Shastra Yonitva. The fourth one sutra is Tattu Samanvaya. The commentary of the fourth sutra proves that Vedantic statements unfolding Brahma are not auxiliary. Auxiliary means gauna or secondary to Kriya Vidhi or Upasana Vidhi. Kriya Vidhi means injunctions of the Shastras to do something. Upasanas, injunctions, vidhis to do upasana. So Brahma is not something, not Brahma. These Upanishadic Vakyas are not something which are indirectly connected to karma or upasana as something helpful. No, they are not so. Incidentally, topics like moksha, Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti, Mahavakya, Manana, Nididhyasana, all topics are included in the discussion of the fourth sutra. In this way, that means in this manner, the commentary on the first sutra includes the subject matters of the creation, what is Brahma, what is moksha, what is jnana, what are the means of gaining the knowledge, the Brahma jnana. So these are the main topics that are there included in the commentary of four sutras. Based on that, the subject matter is developed in the rest of the 551 sutras. That means Chatusutri is the basis for entire Brahmasutra. That is why even if one doesn't study entire Brahmasutra, it is desirable that one studies Chatusutri. Now, before produce, I think you may be very eager when Swamiji start Yushmat Asmat Pratyayo. When Bhashya start, अभी तो भाष्य बहुत दूर है, अथा तो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा भी नहीं किया है. So you may be impatient as such to start with this. So we have a little more patience. Let us see. So that means the gamut of Vedanta. The gamut of Vedanta means entire range of Vedanta, entire scope of Vedanta. Yesterday I said I am giving this as an introduction so that you are ready with the main text itself. See what happens here. Any effort to know must be preceded by clear-cut knowledge of what you are in to know. I hope you understood. See, any effort to know should be preceded by the clear-cut knowledge as to what you are going to know. Let me tell you a story. Okay. Story means everybody is interested. Once Mullah Nasruddin happened to go to a mosque. And all people said, Mullah, Mullah, please speak to us something. Mullah was reluctant. Reluctantly, he climbed up the raised platform and he said, do you know? All said no. Mullah got disappointed. If you do not know, so how can I speak to you? And he got down and he went, with these cryptic words he went away. Next day, the same drill got repeated. Mullah came, these people requested, and again he climbed the platform, again asked the question, do you know? The masses thought to be wiser. He said, yes, we know. Mullah was very happy. And he said, you see, you already know, there is nothing that I need tell you. And disappeared from the scene. Third day, again the same thing. Mullah came, and again the request was there. Mullah went up and said, again he asked, do you know? Roughly 50% said yes, others said no. He says, Mullah said, he exhorted the knowledgeable people to enlighten the ignorant person and disappeared from the scene. In short, the enthusiasm to know should be backed up by In short, the enthusiasm to know should be backed up by the clear understanding in terms of, that is, specific terms and clear terms as to what we are in for in knowing. And also we should know what we are trying to know is something relevant to our needs. It is not like just knowing anything and everything. That something that we are trying to know is relevant to our needs. That is why, see, any learning precedes by introduction. You know that? Prastavana. Even here also is what is that? Prastavana Bhashya. The Adhyasa Bhashya is Prastavana Bhashya. So introduction is necessary. So therefore, how it is useful to us, etc., we should be very clear. Why I am taking it that most of the things, many of you are exposed to Vedanta for ages. Most of the things that I am going to give you, I am sure you have never come across. You have never come across. Therefore, that clarity must be there. Then only, see, gaining Brahmajnana afterwards. Before, the necessity of that must be there, and we should prepare ourselves to be eligible to gain the knowledge, for which this clarity of understanding is very important. From that standpoint, I thought, let me give you the gamut, the entire scope, range of Vedanta. So, to comprehend, to comprehend the role of Brahmasutra therein, because we are studying Brahmasutra. So we should know how it is going to help us. Now, few questions have to be ascertained. Few questions need to be answered. The points to be considered are like this. Number one, what is moksha? Family, we are hearing for many years now. Yeah, that is, let us say, what is moksha? So what is moksha? What are the means of gaining the moksha? Sadhanas. What are the means of gaining the moksha? What are the obstructions, pratibandhakas, in gaining moksha? Fourth, what are the remedial measures to overcome these obstructions, these pratibandhakas? What are the remedial measures to overcome these obstructions, these pratibandhakas? why Brahmasutra? Fifth is why Brahmasutra. Sixth is for whom, why, and how long the Brahma Vichara is recommended. Vedanta Vichara or Brahma Vichara. For whom, why, and how long the Vedantic inquiry means the Vedanta Vichara is recommended. What is the entire modus? Modus means krama, the order in which we have to proceed. What is the entire modus or the krama or the manner of Vedantic pursuit culminating in Brahma Sakshatkara, the direct cognition of Brahma. Why? Seventh, no, not seventh, eighth. Why Vedanta Vichara, Vedantic inquiry, is essential if Veda or the Shruti by itself is Shabda Pramana. Shabda Pramana is Shruti is Shabda Pramana. The Pramana gives the knowledge. So Shruti will give us the knowledge. Why should we bother about the Vichara? Because entire Brahmasutra is nothing but Vedanta Vichara. Why should we bother about it? So therefore, if Shruti is Shabda Pramana, which has got the capacity to impart the knowledge, why should we take to inquiry? So that is the eighth one. Ninth one, again, in a different context. What is the role of Brahmasutra in this pursuit? What is the role of Brahmasutra in this pursuit? See, earlier, why Brahmasutra has come? Now, what is the role of Brahmasutra? A little repetition may be there because I have taken like this. I have picked up from Vedanta Kalpadatika by Madhusudana Saraswati. He speaks of the goal of life in terms of moksha and the sadhanas along with the pratibandhas and remedial measures and the role of Brahma Sutra. First portion I have taken from the beginning essay. In between he discusses at length and establishes the subject matter based on Nyaya, and finally he concludes. So I have taken the beginning portion and the concluding portion, which gives what we want as far as the background of the entire range or the scope of Vedanta. By the by, Madhusudana Saraswati is the author of Advaita Siddhi, a classical Advaita text which refutes the Dvaita philosophy. So he was contemporary of Tulsidas, Akbar, etc. So he was also a social reformer. Before Madhusudana Saraswati, sannyasa was meant only for Brahmanas. It was the Madhusudana Saraswati, he threw it open for other three, that is Kshatriya, Vaishya also as such. So that way, and he was a great figure and a great Nayayika. Even if Nayayika may not accept Vedanta, they will accept him as a Nayayika, that knowledge he has got. He was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. He was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. Do you know what happened? See, he took father's permission to pursue this Adhyatma Marga. Father was a mature person. He said, Sonny, you can do with one condition. Unless you are thorough in this Adhyatma Shastra, don't take to sannyasa. So, and his inclination was bhakti. And he was finding this Advaita Vedanta is a thorn in the path of bhakti. So therefore he said, I have to dismiss this. And he thought, but to dismiss, he should learn Advaita Vedanta. So Varanasi is the right place. He came to Varanasi. and he's already a Nayayika, etc. And he went to a Vedanti guru. And he started studying. When he started studying, because he had an open mind, even though he was not a fanatic as such, he had an open mind. He said, my God, this is the truth. This is the truth. This is also what happened. There was one in Andhra, Vellangonda Ramaraya, great poet. He was Vishishtadvaiti, great upasak of Hayagriva. So he wanted to dismiss Vedanta. So for that they have to study Vedantic text. He picked up Panchadashi by Vidyaranya Muni, a great scholar. And when he studied, when he said, did you know what is that? He wrote Tika on Panchadashi, dismissing Vishishtadvaita. So because that they had an open mind, they were not fanatic as such, they had an open mind. And then he realized his mistake. Sindhu, I have come to this master with a foul intention of learning from him and dismissing means it's betraying him. So therefore he said, he confessed his mistake and he says, please recommend some prayashchitta. Recommend some prayashchitta. He said, the best prayashchitta is take sannyasa. Take sannyasa. But he didn't give sannyasa. He directed him to some other Guru Bandhu. He was also a great master. He was very happy that such a person is taking the same, but he said, you should give a proof. You should give a proof that that means you are an expert or something, you know something about the Advaita Vedanta. So, and he said, I am going for a yatra. At that time he wrote Gudhartha Deepika, the commentary on Bhagavad Gita, not completed. Few chapters he wrote. After few months, this guru who was to give him sannyasa came. He saw, he was very happy, and he gave him the sannyasa. It is said Madhusudan Saraswati was the one who originated these Nanga sannyasis. You know Nanga sannyasis? So that is it. Actually it is an army. What was happening was, these Muslims, in the name of some fanaticism, their religion, they used to slaughter all the sadhus who are unarmed, who are unarmed as such, they used to slaughter. This was during the rule of Akbar. So complaint went to him, but no remedial measure was there. So Madhu Saraswati started a counter army and said, wherever these fellows are there, just behead them, and that is our dharma. Akbar came to know this is the handiwork of Madhu Saraswati. He had great regards for Madhu Saraswati. So therefore, Ain-e-Akbari, there is a mention of who Madhu Saraswati as number 2 scholar. Number 2 scholar because number 1 goes to the Guru of Madhu Saraswati as number 2. So he had regards for whom Madhu Saraswati, so therefore he set right the things properly. But that is since when the, what is this? The Nanga sannyasis, Naga Babas, they are called Naga Babas. Naga Babas, Naga Baba, that is it. Now they are not of use as such, but that is how that order started. So I am taking from the Vedanta Kalpa Latika. So now take the sheet. First, an answer to the first question. What is that? What is the nature of moksha or liberation? Aupanishadaha tu Bhagavata Nilachala Nayakena Narayanena Anugrihitaha Niratishayananda Bodharupaha Atma Eva Anadya Vidya Nivrutyupalakshitaha Mokshaha Iti Achakshate. These people, see, the context is like this. Before this, he gives different concept of moksha. About 20, 21 he gives. And then he says, like this there are endless. So then he comes to Vedanta. What Vedanta has to say about moksha? He says, Upanishadaha means the followers of Upanishads. Tu, to show the contrast with the earlier more than 20 concepts of moksha. Bhagavan, who are these Upanishadaha? Narayanena anugrihitaha, blessed by who? Lord Vishnu. And for that Vishnu, Bhagavata Narayanena, blessed by Lord Vishnu. And that Vishnu is who is a Nilachala Nayakena. Achala means mountain. The one who is the master, the lord of Nila mountain. There may be some Puranic episode for that epithet as such, Nilachala Nayaka, for Lord Vishnu. That means blessed by Lord Vishnu, so who is the Lord of Nilachala mountain. You know what they say? What is moksha? Atma eva moksha. What is moksha? Atma itself. And what is that Atma? Niratishaya Ananda Bodha Rupaha. The one who is Niratishaya Ananda Rupaha, one who is Niratishaya Bodha Rupaha. So means one who is limitless Ananda Swarupa, one itself is the knowledge principle. One itself is the knowledge principle. Then we should be liberated or not. What is moksha? Atma. Atma is always Niratishya Ananda Bodha Rupa. Our Atma must be also this thing. Why Brahmasutra to be studied? Why should we not gain moksha? He says, Anadya Vidya Nivritti Upalakshitaha. Upalakshitaha means directly cognized, free from Anadi Avidya. Means Atma wherein its ignorance is absent. Atma without Anadi Avidya is what? Moksha. Now you will know why we are not mukta. Why you are not mukta? We have this Anadi Avidya. If Anadi Avidya is not there, Atma itself is moksha. So therefore, for us to gain moksha, what is necessary? Get rid of Anadi Avidya. Fine? Get rid of Anadi Avidya. So from that standpoint, say Anadi Avidya Nivritti Upalakshitaha Mokshaha iti achakshate. This is what they say. Now you know the definition of moksha. See, we have already seen in different context. Swatmani avasthanam moksha. Swaswarupena avasthanam moksha. Abidance in one's own swarupa. What deprives us abidance in one's own swarupa? Avidya. Get rid of the avidya. That itself is moksha. Now he establishes the sadhanas for gaining the moksha. Avidyayascha sarva dukkhopadanatva. Will you agree with this? It is ignorance which produces all the sorrows. Yes or no?
Yes.
How do you say yes? Had we directly known the Niratishaya Ananda Bodha Rupa Atma, which is Advaya, is there any occasion for sorrow? See, a multimillionaire who is aware of his assets and without any litigation, it is in his possession. If still behaves or he is a beggar, what does it mean? He is not aware. He is ignorant of his own riches. He is not able to make use of it because he doesn't know. So likewise, if we are nothing but Paramanda Swarupa, the very knowledge principle, yet we suffer samsara, means we don't know. So therefore he says, avidya is the cause of all sorrows of samsara. This being so, it is natural now. Avidya is the root cause of samsara, removal of avidya should result in removal of samsara, sorrow. So therefore, tannivritya. Tannivritya means avidyayaha nivritya. By removal of avidya, atyantika dukkha nivrittihi upapadyati. So what is atyantika dukkha nivritti? This is in the first category only. Nature of moksha only. Sadhana for gaining moksha will come afterwards. Avidyayascha sarva dukkhopadanatva tannivritya. By the removal of avidya. What is that? Atyantika dukkha nivritti. Atyantika means total. Nivritti, cessation, removal of dukkha is what? Upapadyate. Upapadyate is produced, takes place. It takes place. So this is the nature of moksha. So that is removal of avidya, because Atma itself is moksha swarupa. If that is the case, what are the sadhanas for gaining moksha? What sadhana is required for Atma to gain moksha? What sadhana is required for Atma to gain moksha? Atma is muktaha only. Then Atma has no problem of bondage. Who has got problem of bondage? You and me have got the problem of bondage. Why? Because of avidya. So therefore I say, actually in the swarup of Atma, no sadhana is required. Let us take an example. See, bright and brilliant sun that shines in the sky is covered by the clouds. What sadhana is required for the sun to regain the brilliance? No. Even when the clouds are there, he is bright and brilliant. But for us, the spectators, our vision is covered by clouds. So efforts are necessary to remove the covering and set right the vision. Accepted? Same thing you say. You say, tasya cha swarupe. Tasya means atmanaha. So tasya atmanaha, in the case of Atma, swarupe, in his true nature, he says, sadhana anapekshatve api. Sadhana anapekshatve api. Even though sadhanas are not required to reveal itself, because it is always free from avidya. Say, Vyanjakataya. Vyanjakataya means as the means that reveals the Atma. Just as the wind is required to remove the covering of the clouds to reveal the sun. But the sun doesn't need even the wind as such. So therefore in the swarup of Atma, those sadhanas are not necessary. Vyanjakataya, as the means that reveals Atma to whom? Ajna. Ajna means who? Ignorant person. So therefore, sadhanas are required by whom? Ajnani, not Atma. So therefore, Vyanjakataya, what is required? He says, Tattva Swarupa Sakshatkaraha Eva Moksha Sadhanam. Take a short anvaya. Other things I will take afterward. Tat, I will take that. It is a adjective. First take. The sadhana is Tattva Swarupa Sakshatkaraha. The Tattva Swarupasya Sakshatkara. Direct cognition of Niratishaya Bodha Swarupa Atma itself is what? Eva Moksha Sadhanam. How this Tattva Swarupa Sakshatkara is produced? The means is Mahavakya Karanakaha. Karanakaha, produced by, effected by the Mahavakya. Mahavakya Karanakaha, Mahavakya Karana, produced by. Again, it should be Pratibandha Chatushtaya Rahitaha, free from 4 types of obstructions, pratibandhas. We will see what are these. Free from 4 types of obstruction. Iti, so upacharyate, is accepted secondarily. Why secondarily? Atma doesn't need sadhanas. Ajnani needs the sadhanas to reveal Atma by removal of the covering called Ajnana. So therefore, so what is the means now? Means to reveal Atma. What is it? Tattva Sarupa, don't go Mahavakya. Tattva Sarupa Sakshatkara eva. The means of knowing, gaining the knowledge of Atma is direct cognition of Tattva Sarupa, means Atma Sarupa. Tattva here is Atma. Sarupa Sakshatkara eva. And it should be produced by what? Mahavakya Karanaka. Not sufficient. It should be free from 4 types of pratibandhakas. So that means the problem is centered around not only avidya, but the avidya which gets ramified by 4 pratibandhakas. What are those 4 pratibandhakas are enumerated, and remedial measures for each and every the pratibandhaka is being now given. Pratibandha chatushtayam cha. First enumeration. The 4 types of obstructions are: number 1, Vishaya Bhoga Vasana, desires for sense enjoyment. Pramanagata Sambhavana, improbability that Vedanta can serve as the means of knowledge to gain Brahmadhyana. Prameyagata Sambhavana, the improbability that Brahma can be something as unfolded in the Shastras. Viparita Bhavana, in spite of unfoldment of Brahma, the contrary notion that the body, upadhi, mind, intellect, indriyas, etc. are Atma. So these are the 4 obstructions: Vishaya Bhoga Vasana, Pramanagata Sambhavana, Pramegata Sambhavana, Viparita Bhavana. We'll say something more about this tomorrow, and then proceed with the remedial measures to set right these 4 obstructions. Om Bhadranno Apivataya Manaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Balyadishvapi Jagradadishu Tatha. Sarva Svapasta Swami. Yavrutta Sanuvartamanamahami Purantam Sada. Satmanam Pragati Karoti Bhajatam Yo Mudraya Bhadraya Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaitam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Shubhani Rajaste Tanoti Shubha Santatim Sruti Matre